our time here in the wonderful country of Cambodia, which has been so pretty and so beautiful, but we're going out with a bang, visiting Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom, which have been truly amazing. Let us show you around.
The complexes at Angkor Thom and Angkor Wat are surrounded by walls and by moats, and if you're going to build those, you also need to get good at building gates and bridges, and boy did they ever do that. Angkor Thom was a great fortified city. In fact, it was the capital, and at its peak there were about 1 million people here. At the centre you'll find the Bayon State Temple, which has 154 of these faces all over them. Like everything at Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom, it has a very confusing history of being Buddhist, and then Hindu, and then Buddhist, and back and forth.
Has anybody seen Lara Croft?
Also at Angkor Thom you'll find the Baphuon, which is a temple dedicated to Shiva. Today the temple is about 34 meters tall, and from the top you get a really great view of the surrounding layout. Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom are some of the most spectacular sites to visit in the entire world, so of course they get pretty busy. Our guide, fortunately, was able to take us to some of the surrounding temples that are a little less well known, and we more or less had those to ourselves.
Walking through these temples is kind of a test of your stamina for the heat, and a test of your vocabulary, because you'll run out of ways to say wow.
Although some of these places are less visited, they're no less impressive. Any one of them would take your breath away if you came across it. Many of the temples, though by no means all, were left unused for a long time, and the trees have grown around them. Some of these trees have become superstars in their own right, and long lines form to visit them. The next day we visited Angkor Wat, which was the main temple of the Khmer Empire. It's an absolute stunner, and its silhouette adorns the flag of modern-day Cambodia. It does get quite busy, but it's so large that the people are all rather dispersed. One of the things that struck me most walking through the temples was the abundance of these library buildings, in which were kept the sacred texts. And additionally these bathing pools for ritual cleansing before entering the temples. The highest and holiest point of the temple is right in the centre.
One of the really great things about Angkor Wat and the Angkor Wat temple complex is that you can pretty much get unlimited access. That means you can climb up, touch things, and go where you want for the most part.
Again, we were fortunate to have a guide who could introduce us to some of the less visited spots like Preah Khan and Ta Ne, and who could try to decipher for us the overlapping layers of Hinduism and Buddhism as the country had swung back and forth through the centuries.
Lara?
As well as some of the less visited temples, he was also able to take us to some of the less famous trees so that we could actually see the way the jungle had reclaimed the place. Angkor was an amazing empire. We were privileged to get a glimpse of it, and if you get a chance, you should definitely go.